A cat just drove a car straight through a shop wall to buy milk, and that's not even the craziest thing that happens today. Welcome to the world of Kitty. If this is your first time here, hit subscribe because you do not want to miss what comes next. This is toothpaste. Does Kitty eat it? Of course she does. Her dad, Cheddar, has to explain that it's for cleaning teeth, not snacking. And what does the mysterious button on the wall do? Kitty smashes it immediately. The whole family jumps back. That's Kitty for you. Cheddar is trying to teach Kitty something important today. Self-improvement. Specifically, eating broccoli. Because as it turns out, someone very special wants to meet Mom. And this special someone absolutely loves kids who eat their vegetables. Kitty crosses her arms. She stares at the broccoli like it personally insulted her. But Cheddar isn't giving up. Nobody in this house is giving up. Listen, says Cheddar, crouching down. No one wants to eat broccoli, not even me. Kitty narrows her eyes, and Cheddar explains. Kitty's ears perk up. Suddenly, broccoli doesn't seem so impossible after all. She puffs out her little chest. Okay, she says. But before she can march up to Mom, someone rings the doorbell. Mom goes to answer it. A stranger at the door trying to sell something about saving $200 a year on energy bills. Mom isn't impressed. And Kitty? Kitty decides this is the perfect moment to accidentally cause chaos by letting the family's little one, Sprout, charge at the door at full speed. The stranger takes one look and quietly decides to come back another time. Kitty grins. That was not an accident. I know what you're doing, says Cheddar. You don't want me talking to Mom. Stay with us, because what Mom tells them next is something none of them expected. Mom is upstairs. Kitty creeps to the door and calls through it softly. Mom? Yes, sweetheart. A pause. It can just be hard work looking after everyone. And the family stands there quietly for a moment. Because even in the most chaotic, broccoli-refusing, doorbell-wrecking household on Earth, sometimes a family just needs to breathe together. Now, here's a question we want you to answer down in the comments. What is the thing your family does that drives everyone else crazy, but you secretly love? Drop it below. We read every single one. Meanwhile, Cheddar has a different problem. Sprout has decided that the family's stuffed toy horse, lovingly named Cow Horse, does not look enough like a horse. In fact, it looks almost nothing like a horse. Cheddar agrees. The neck is way too short. Horses have long necks, says Cheddar wisely. So they go next door to ask Major Tom, an actual, real, enormous horse, for advice. Major Tom is delighted to help. He stands very still so Sprout can study him carefully. It's the neck, Sprout declares. Back home, Cheddar rolls out beeswax. No small task, he reminds everyone, because this requires serious muscles, and they get to work reshaping Cow Horse, step by step, layer by layer. They stand back to admire their work. Hey, says Kitty. Silence. They have somehow turned Cow Horse into a giraffe. You think that is bad? What happens next in the house search is so much worse. Keep watching. The family is looking at a new house. The real estate agent, a nervous, fast-talking cat in a too-tight collar, is giving them the tour. Everything seems fine. Nice kitchen, good light, decent garden. And then, a noise. Low. Creaking. Coming from inside the walls? Asks Mom. The agent goes pale. That would be... Everyone stops moving. Ghost basket, Cheddar repeats slowly. He comes with the house, the agent admits. And I have to warn you. Kitty grabs Sprout. Sprout looks thrilled. Mom looks like she is reconsidering every life choice that led to this moment. But Cheddar? Cheddar is already walking toward the noise. And they do. Behind a cupboard, behind a stack of old boxes, behind a curtain that smells like the 1970s, they find Ghost Basket. And Ghost Basket is not a ghost at all. Ghost Basket is an elderly cat named Rachel, who has been living quietly in this house for 6 weeks, making spooky noises every time a potential buyer came through, because she did not want to move. The agent covers his face with his clipboard. Every single buyer, he says, scared away. Rachel shrugs. She looks completely unbothered, says Kitty, holding up a suspicious dish. Rachel looks at the dish. She looks at Kitty. Deal, says Kitty immediately. No, says Mom. But Kitty has already handed over the dish. The deal is done. Rachel smiles for the first time. The agent sighs. Now, speaking of deals going wrong, do you remember the magic rule? Because Kitty forgot it, and that is about to become everybody's problem. Back home, it turns out Kitty has been teaching Sprout magic tricks. Not real magic, pretend magic. The kind where you wave your hands and declare that something has happened, and then you both believe it completely. They have been using magic to make people dance when they don't want to. They have been using magic to escape chores. They have been using magic to win arguments they were clearly losing. Cheddar finds out. He sits them both down. Kitty opens her mouth.
Closes it. Opens it again. Cheddar looks at her for a long moment. A silence. We were helping, says Kitty earnestly. And here is the thing. You can see Cheddar trying very hard not to smile. No more cheekiness, he says firmly. Starting tomorrow, says Kitty. What happens next on the farm is going to make you want to rewatch this entire episode from the beginning. Don't go anywhere. The family visits a farm. There is corn, there is a quad bike that someone is very proud of, and then there is Coco, Kitty's cousin, who arrives with her broom, wearing a pink coat. The farmer takes one look at Coco. Coco stares at him. She's got a broom, says the farmer's child, pointing. That broom is for... Coco begins. But nobody is listening. The farmer is convinced that Coco has cursed his crops. The corn is shriveled. The field looks bad. He has decided, completely on his own, with no evidence whatsoever, that this is the fault of the Pink Witch. The family watches this unfold. Now, whispers Sprout. In a minute, says Kitty. What follows is a full investigation, a very dramatic journey through the farm, and a storytelling session that somehow involves both Humpty Dumpty and a dragon hiding just off screen. Kitty insists, firmly, repeatedly, that the creature they found is Humpty Dumpty and absolutely not the dragon they were warned about. She is wrong, but she commits to it completely, and that, honestly, is the most Kitty thing that has ever happened. Later, the family is trying to find a restaurant. Cheddar wants to phone. Kitty explains, very patiently, that you use the app. But I haven't got a menu, Cheddar says. But what kind of restaurant is it? Chinese? It's everything, Dad. Cheddar stares at the screen. Anything I want, he mutters. He thinks for a very long time. Kitty waits. Curried sausages, he announces. Kitty closes her eyes. Okay. And it gets better, because the next stop takes us somewhere completely unexpected. An office building, a lift, and a new employee who has absolutely no idea what she's walked into. Cheddar is at work. A new colleague named Elle arrives on her first day. Cheddar offers to show her around. He is extremely helpful. He explains the lift button system with tremendous seriousness. He explains what each floor contains. He waves at everyone on the top floor like he built the place himself. Then Tina appears. Tina, the office cat, is having a day. A very specific kind of day that nobody wants to explain in detail. She has somehow ended up in a situation involving being carried out of the building by 4 people, a gecko's hands, and a car that absolutely should not have been reversed up to the entrance. Tina handles all of it with her karate. She wins. Everyone taps out. High fives all around. Back home,
And this is the part of the day that really matters. The family has to figure out the bedroom situation. Because Cousin Coco's kitten, a small and very enthusiastic creature named Kim, has come to stay, and there is not quite enough room. Kitty and Sprout solve this immediately. They give Kim their best cushions, they rearrange the whole room. Cheddar watches this happen and tries to keep up. Kim gets a bedroom, a proper one, with teddies arranged exactly right. Does it floatable? Asks Sprout. Kim looks at it for a long moment. Floatable? And then comes the holiday. Bunk beds, a tiny hotel room, a mysterious object that turns out to be soap, a collection of coat hangers that everyone is inexplicably excited about, and Kitty immediately claiming the top bunk.
"I'll have the top," says Sprout, hopefully. "Already mine," says Kitty, already up there. The family looks out at the sea. The sun is still warm. Sprout sets up a mermaid waiter game using something that might be an oven or might just be a footstool, and nobody questions it for a second. And this is what the world of Kitty is really about. Not the broccoli, not the ghost basket, not the giraffe horse, not even Tina's karate, though that was spectacular. It's the family, the chaos, the moments where someone says something small and true and everyone just goes quiet for a second and then carries on. Don't forget to drop your answer in the comments. What is the thing your family does that drives everyone crazy but you secretly love? We are absolutely reading those. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? New adventures in the world of Kitty are coming. We'll see you there.